Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. And today, since it's the middle of the month, I'm doing my crowdfunding video, and I'm going to start off by saying this is probably the last crowdfunding video I do, or at least the last one for a while. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, I just don't spend the time researching all these games. I don't get my hands on early copies. There's no incentive for me to dig into what's coming up or what's disappearing recently. There's plenty of other content creators who do it well and have more information to provide. It's just more work than I need to put into something that gets like 7 views. So to the 7 of you watching this and enjoy it, go find somebody else who does these videos better than I do. Yeah, it's a lot of work for a minimal gain as far as views, channel, whatnot. They're not hard for me to do. They're very easy to do, edit and everything. So, as far as having an easy video, they're not that tough. It's just the work that goes into researching and trying to find, the way I've done it is the 5 games that I might back, but probably not going to. And so that's what this is going to be. If you've liked that when I've done it in the past, thanks for liking it. For the rest of you, if this is the first time you've tuned in, go find somebody else who does it better. And I might do a crowdfunding here or there if there's a lot going on or things I'm really interested in and want to let you know about. But for the most part, me moving forward with this concept is probably coming to an end here. And that means I'm going to have something different to fill this slot. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Maybe I'll make this a slot where I put my lists and then, put my other game-related videos into the other slot in the month. I try to come out with a new video every Sunday. And I've been following kind of a theme. And the theme of the middle of the month has been crowdfunding for the last few months. But it just hasn't been worth the effort I put into it. So this will be the last one of those that I do. Another reason, and kind of the big one, is I'm trying to get out of getting into the crowdfunding craze and getting away from the fear of missing out. The fear of if I don't back now, then I won't get it. And that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes it is the case. There are some games that only get Kickstarter releases, and it could be harder to get the regular version. But a lot of times you don't get much extra for the wait. And right now I've got 19 games that I'm waiting on that I've backed in the past couple of years. In some cases that just haven't come to me yet. In the case of one, hasn't even finished production yet. So it's just I'm putting money forward for less return. And there's plenty of games I could have my hands on next week, even including shipping from the States overseas here where I am, a couple weeks. And I've got game in hand of a game that's already been vetted and played and well reviewed instead of these upcoming games that may or may not be as good as they look. And that's kind of the big reason is to try to stop buying into what Kickstarter and GameFound and everybody's selling with the get it now and get these extra components. And some of the extra components are really nice, so I will kind of miss that side of it. And, I'm still going to be backing things that are coming, just not as much as I have been. And definitely I'm not going to be putting the effort into creating content that you may or may not watch. So those are the two kind of big things that going into this probably being the last one of these videos I do, at least for a while. Like I said before, I may come out every once in a while with a game funding or crowdfunding video if I feel like there's a good reason for it. But as far as doing these on this time of the month every month, that's my plan is right now to just make it go away and figure out what else to do to fill this Sunday slot. With that being said, I'm going to go into the 5 games that I'm not backing, but that have piqued my interest here in the middle of August. It's the 18th right now. This video is obviously going to come out on Sunday, so a few days from now. And a lot of these campaigns, if they're not already finished, are going to be finished by the time you see this video, or are going to be really close. But they might have a late pledge if you're interested. So follow along, check out what I'm looking at here. And so the number 5 current, or recent, I should say, crowdfunding game that I am not backing, and I really don't have much interest in this one, other than kind of the concept of it. And let's get into it. It is going to be Dodos Riding Dinos. This is a reprint with expansion here. However, the base game is interesting and it exists. It's got good reviews if you're someone who enjoys this style of game. And this style of game is going to be a whole lot of what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of flicking things around the board, and you're racing around the table with your dinos, with the dodos on them. But in order to get some advancements, you're going to be either flinging pieces or rolling them out of your hand, or flicking them across the board and trying to advance to places, or knock your opponents out, or take things from them. A little bit of card laying, a little bit of that dexterity is the word I was looking for before, as you race around the board. It looks interesting. Again, dexterity games, if you've checked out my previous videos, just not a thing I'm big on. I'm not real big on race games either, and it's kind of a combo of the two. It looks real cute, but just not my kind of game here. And I believe this one even already finished recently. So that's the reprint / expansion to Dodos Riding Dinos, a game that looks good, looks cute, just not something I'm going to back. All right, so number 4, here's a game I've been interested in a little bit from time to time. It's a card drafting kind of game, and it's expensive for card drafting, and that's Moonrakers. And this again is a reprint expansion, Titans expansion. It's the third, I believe, second or third expansion, or it's a collection of 3 expansions for the base game. But just one expansion alone is $35, not bad. But I would have to get the base game and potentially all the expansions, and it's quite a bit to get the everything for what's basically just a card drafting game. It's got a board, it's got some pieces, but for the most part, it's just card drafting and card playing. And I don't think $179 to get everything, which is what I would want to get with this, is worth it for a card game. It's expensive cards, and like I said before, I'm trying to cut back on my spending and getting things under control a little bit with the paying for something I'll get in the future. So at some point I might get Moonrakers if the prices start coming down. Again, I'm interested in the game, just not enough to back it at this time, at this price level. All right, so the number 3 crowdfunding game that I'm not backing is the one I was most looking forward to when I heard about it a few months ago. And that's because I already backed the original version. And again, this is going to be another one of those reprint with expansions. It's Foundations of Road. And I already own the whole game of the previous Kickstarter, So this is a reprint where if you don't have the game, it's a hot commodity right now. You can get back in it. It's got 4 days left, so might have a day left when you see this video. I would get it for the new expansion, and I was planning on getting it for the new expansion. It's nice to have all the content. I've got all the previous content, and adding this new expansion to the board with a little bit of change of some of the components and the box to make it all fit looked pretty good to me. I like some of these new pieces that are coming out. But the thing that turned me off from it, and this is all stuff I've seen already, is when I came down here to look at getting just the new expansion here, is $40. Plus, if I scroll down to the bottom, $21 for shipping. $61 for a few more cardboard pieces and a different container kind of to put them all in to fit it all in the box. And I immediately was like, that's too much. I can't. No, there's not enough new. There's not even new minis. Like there's no more city pieces, miniatures for the map ring. It's just pieces of cardboard you're putting around the outside of the board, I think, or at least in front of you. But it doesn't add any new $40 worth of equipment to the game, other than the change of the container you can put these components in. And again, I don't want to wait till next June to potentially see one new expansion. So it was something I was interested in, and here's what I'm looking at. So some double-sided boards, some tokens, rule sheet, quality of life pack. That's the change of the container to put everything in. Some new milestone markers, and that's about it. Like it's not a lot of stuff for $40 plus $20 of shipping. So I can't do it. The one thing I do like about this here is the upgraded score tokens, because the cubes you get in the base game don't stack well. So maybe I'll get in. I don't know if I can, but if I get in for the $1 pledge, can I just get these? I don't know. I might try to do that. I feel like that could be worth it, but again, I think I would have to get something to get those. So I don't know. I might check it out, but that's the only thing that I feel is worth me doing anything with this current Kickstarter. And that's really unfortunate, because I was really looking forward to adding a new expansion, but I was assuming $20 some for what I was going to get, not 40 plus a whole bunch for shipping. I don't know why this little box is going to cost $20 to ship. So I am not backing this one either. All right, getting into the two I really considered backing, and they're both ending within the next 20, 30 hours. The first one is going to be Utopia here on GameFound. This game looks very intriguing. Again, it's card drafting, worker placement a little bit, I believe. Both things are right up my alley. And in this one, you're changing time, you're altering time with the cards you're playing. What's it say here? I forget exactly how it's worded. But you're basically creating an alternate timeline using butterfly effect missions. And you're making choices with the two-sided cards. And the choice you make will change kind of how the game plays. All this stuff intrigues me quite a bit. Let's try to find it here. Yeah, double-sided alternate time zones. Some of the events, if I scroll down, hopefully this isn't too fast here. Where's it at? Yeah, here we go. So you look at the two alternate time options. So you can be the first human on the moon, or launch nuclear Armageddon, on the two sides of the same card. One of them's paint the Mona Lisa, etc. And I feel like the price point, at least as far as on the GameFound, doesn't seem too bad, as I hastily scroll through this and probably make y'all sick again. I don't remember if the prices are down lower or up higher. Shipping's not even too bad. See, here's a thing where you get a full game for £16, which I guess is still $20. But the game itself, to back the full in, wherever it is, I scrolled past it, I'm sure of by now. Yeah, here we go. So the base game, £60, not too bad for a full-on game. Again, the other one was an expansion for $40. So, and the all-in deluxe, whatever, a little bit of extra bits and bobs, will put you out £80. And retail, it's saying $150 and $100. So this again gets into the fear of missing out. If I don't get it at £60, then I'm gonna have to pay £100. But I'm sure it's bound to be on sale at some point in the future after it's been vetted. I do like the concepts in this one. It does intrigue me. I am interested in checking it out if I ever get a chance, but I'm not interested enough to hope it's good. And that's what I'm trying to get away from. And this one's just barely funded, so it looks like, I don't know. It looks really interesting. I'm really surprised it doesn't have more funding, but I guess more people are kind of treating it like me. And I'd love to back it and, you know, throw in to help them out, but it's not for me right now. But it does look intriguing, and if you're interested in it, it's got 20 hours left as of right now. So by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be gone, or hopefully a late pledge option for you. All right, and the number one thing is a game I've been interested in since the first time it was Kickstarted. In fact, I think Utopia is the only one that is on its initial Kickstarter of the 5 I'm looking at. And that's Dead Reckoning for my number one. And this is the third saga or campaign, and I'm not interested in the campaign at all. Any of the 3, I could care less about campaign games. If you've seen my previous video about mechanisms for me or not for me, campaigns are not them. And that's what this release is another saga. This game just kickstarted earlier this year, I think. Like, people just got their initial copies, and now they're already on their 3rd kind of expansion. So that's kind of odd, but everything I've heard about the game itself, minus the saga expansions, is that it's really fun, really good, and that's what I'm interested in. If I got this, it would be just the base game, which is, again, another card builder, and it's a fun card builder because, well, deck builder, I should say, but you're also building the cards. It's got these cool clear sleeve overlays, so you've got the characters, and then you're putting clear overlays on them to kind of give them changes in how they react. And you also can change up the board with the same kind of overlays, I believe. Yeah, here you see kind of the overlay with the little cannon and the wheel, and those would be on your pirates, and you're sailing around, you're exploring lands and other ships, and you can choose to attack them or not attack them. Everything about the gameplay sounds really fun, really cool. I'd love to check it out, and I would consider backing it. But $79 plus shipping, I just don't need to throw in for that right now when it doesn't even come till next August, even though this game just came in from the why can't I just get the base game that is now being released? Why do I gotta wait a year? If I can get it on retail without waiting till next August just for the base game, because that's all I'm interested in, then I might try to do that sometime. But I don't want to throw in for this pledge and then wait a year for delivery on a game that hopefully I can just get my hands on from somebody else's copy that they've got recently, and just play the game, check it out, and not have to get in on the Kickstarter. That's kind of my hopes, my thoughts, my feelings, and that is the 5 recent crowdfunding games that I'm not backing, that I have some interest in, not as much interested as other months, but at least there are 4 that I've kind of had my eye on from previous ones. And then that Utopia really seemed intriguing when I looked into it, and you know, being a history buff and enjoying deck building and worker placement, everything it's got going on really intrigues me. But like I mentioned before, I'm just trying to not buy into feeling like I need to back things in order to enjoy games, when there are plenty of games that already have been vetted. And that's where I'm at. If you want to check out some of these on your own, like I said, hopefully there's a late pledge option, because I believe most of these are going to be closed by the time you see this video. Keep an eye on Kickstarter and crowdfunding yourself if you like that, if you want to stay into that. I'm trying to pull out, and like I said before, I'm probably not going to do another one of these videos until it matters. If there's a lot going on, a lot of things I'm interested in, a lot of things I'm backing, maybe I'll do that. Things I'm backing when you know, there's quite a bit that really seems worth it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave comments below how you feel about crowdfunding yourself, fear of missing out, whatever you want to comment below. Please do that. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content. I try to release once a week on Sundays, plus some special videos here and there along the way as they come onto my head and as I film them and put them out. Not always video, or not always board game related, but for the most part, yes. And yeah, that's all I have. So thanks for watching.